Welcome back to Lily's Crafty Corner. This afternoon, or this evening, what I thought I would like to share with you is I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube, and I do like to do work with some junk journals and what they call, some of the ladies like to call Franken paper. In other words, they take scraps of paper and they put it together and they'll make a collage or something out of it and use it in their scrapbooks or not necessarily scrapbooks, but junk journals and their mini albums or cut them up and use them for their ATCs, whatever. And I've also been watching where a lot of the ladies have their Etsy shops and they do these things and they call it their digital downloads, and you pay a few dollars and then you have it all the time and you can print it out anytime you want. Well, I got thinking about it today and I said, that's all well and good. However, I don't like to use the same papers all the time. I like to use different things or variations. So I kind of got thinking about it and I said, why don't I take an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper and put together some things and we all have stash. We all have laces. We have various papers. Some of us do swaps, and we get a lot of things that we swap, or people will also share some of their stash with us. I know I will give people samples of washi tape, of lace, of ribbons, all sorts of different things, even some papers that I have. So I thought, why not put them together? And I kind of did it. And as you can see, this is a piece of paper, and it's actually it's from one of my scrapbooks. Now, I'm not selling these, so I just want you not to worry about copy. If you're going to sell them, then you got to worry about copyright. I'm not selling anything. I am just doing this for my own edification, in other words, my own use. And if, the thing is, if I were to make the paper, do these things and take the paper and maybe sell a junk journal or a album, that's one thing. But if you're going to, and I'm not going to mass produce it, it may just be, one or two that you may sell to a friend or you may give, whatever. And so it's not like you're going to mass produce anything that's copyrighted by someone else, but you can certainly use it for your own use. And so this is what I thought was absolutely great. I took some lace trim that I had already coffee dyed. This is something I found at a thrift store. These I got were placemats that I got at a flea market, and they sold for $10. I got 4 placemats and a table runner, and I've been cutting it up and using it for everything. This music piece came from a book that I bought at the flea market. This is something from one of the paper packs that I have. So I put it all together, and I put it I put this on the top of my copy machine so that it would make a copy. And I did make a copy of it, and I did actually a couple of them a little differently. This is the first one I did with actually a tag that I made, and this is on very flimsy, copy paper that, you would normally just print and copy, anything on. And I think it came out pretty good. I had used some fabric but I did use that particular rose paper, and I don't know if you can see on the back, but it is coming through. So of course you wouldn't want to do it, but this would be considered decorative paper, not necessarily a cardstock. But as you can see, it really did come out well. And this is one of the tags that I made myself using a glue stick, and this is a napkin, and then I collaged something over, and it was on top of something, and I did the same thing with these various papers on the back. But when I put it on the top of the copy machine, this is what came out on one of them that I did. Now, one of the things is I've been using the glue dots to hold them in place, because when you flip it over, the things will move around. So these are the repositional, removable glue dots. They work fine, except not on the fabric. I found with the fabric, I had to use the heavy duty glue dots. And even then, they don't want to hold it so much. But it did actually work. And this is the first one that I actually did. And I was really kind of pleased with it. And then I took and put this one on copy paper, and as you can see, it's white copy paper, and so it does come out a little different. In fact, yes, I even moved them around a little bit so that it would, you know, does look a little different. So this is a different, again, using some of the same elements, but then you get something different. Now you're gonna, one thing I'm gonna tell you to do, be very careful of when you want to do it double-sided, because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make it double-sided. So it came out fine here. However, what I did was I put it in improper, did not put it in properly. So when it's coming out, I said, what the devil? And then I realized, oh my goodness, it's copying over what I had already printed. So I'm still going to use it because there's actually nothing wrong with it. But this is the other side of it, and this was a cream color paper. So they do come out a little differently too as you print them, when you print them on different papers. The original one that I did, it is the more of the pink coming out on the white, but when I did it on the cream color paper, you can see that it's got a little bit more brown into it. And the same thing with the lace, but that's fine. It will print differently each time. And this is how it printed when I did it the first time on regular copy paper. And then the other thing that I did was I used these elements here I put together. And this was a doily that I had that I also picked up at one of the thrift stores and coffee tea dyed it. These were some die cuts that I had purchased. You know, you get these in Michael's, Hobby Lobby, wherever, AC Moore, Joann's, wherever. And I did the same thing with those. I took those and I took paper that I had from an old medical dictionary. This was an old piece, you know, a scraggly piece of paper. And this is what I did when I put that together. It came out like this. And I think it's I love it. This piece I love. In fact, this fell over, but it almost gave it a 3D effect. And this is the first time I did it. Not realizing how I had placed it on the copy paper. It was going horizontal rather than vertical. So I redid it again, and I did it in so that it went vertical. And this one I did on a piece of another piece of cardstock that was from a paper pack, and it's probably 65-pound weight, maybe 30, maybe 50 pounds, maybe it's under 65, but it's got more weight to it than a copy paper. But it also came out a little differently because this paper has a little, I don't know, you probably cannot see it, but it does have some texture to it. But I thought that this was, I just love it. And I'm thinking in the junk journals that I like to make and some of the other pieces, I thought it was great to be able to have these and customize them to your needs. So that if you want to, and I haven't done it yet, but this is a piece of, from watercolor. This is watercolor paper, and this is what I have left from something that I was just playing with to do for something else. But this is what was left over from it. And, you know, if I wasn't going away tomorrow, my husband and I are going to NASCAR race tomorrow, Dover, Delaware, this weekend coming. Tomorrow's May 2nd, so the first race is on the 3rd, and then there's one on the 4th and one on the 5th, and then we're coming home Monday the 6th. And but if I wasn't going to be doing that, I would have been playing more with this than I did today. Had a busy day. I had to do shopping. I made plans to have lunch with a dear friend of mine. And so it just, like I said, it was just kind of crazy, but I can't wait to do more of these. I want to, so it just, like I said, it just kind of really made me excited. When I kind of thought about it this morning when I was watching, I watch a lot of Gail Agostinelli, and I think she's awesome. If you get a chance to watch her, she does do junk journals. She does a lot of alterations of books, and she's the one that kind of gave me the idea to start doing my own. She sells hers on her Etsy shop, but I thought, I really want these more customized to some of the things that I like and what I think the people that I'll be making some of my books for, altering my books for, and so forth. So I thought, well, you know what? Let me start organizing and just see how they come out. And I have to tell you, I'm very impressed. I'm not always impressed with what I do, but I have to say I was quite impressed with these. And even if you don't like steampunk or because I do like vintage steampunk, but I also like some things that are more modern. But you can certainly do collage papers for different things that you're doing, even if you want to use magazines. You can cut paper pictures and things out of magazines and make your own what's pertinent to you. I know that when I travel, a lot of times, you can get free magazines from the areas that you go to. I know when I was in Napa Valley in March, and when I visit some friends down in Venice, Florida, in the areas they have some lovely color magazines that are very nicely printed that you can use, take pictures out that you like and then make your own collage paper from those. I'm excited. I'm thinking I'm going to do some of the things from the wine country, and when we go to Dover Downs this weekend for the NASCAR race, I'm thinking that there will be some things that I'll be able to pick up for free, bring them home and franken paper them and make some collage paper. Well, I hope you liked it. I hope you, will think about doing this for yourself. We just bought a Epson 555 series, and Epson has this great plan that depending on and if you have the Wi-Fi and it's wireless, it'll send you, as you use your ink, it'll automatically send you ink so that you'll never run out. And what's really nice is you can there's plans for 50 copies a month, 100 copies a month. I think it's 100, and I'm not sure if it goes to 200 and then 300, but I think it's 50, 100, and maybe 200 or maybe 300, whatever. And then it will roll. Then if you don't use it all, it will roll over. So I got thinking about it, and I said, even if I buy the downloads for the digital papers, not only am I paying for that, but then again, I still am going to be paying for my ink, and I'm still going to be paying for the paper that I printed on. So I said, well, why not customize it? And as long as I can make things, that are pertinent to what I want to do with my own stash, why not do that? So anyway, I will be doing more, and I will share those as I go along. But I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you'll think about doing it. And again, it's use your stash. Use what you have. You don't always have to, purchase new. So anyway, that's all I have for today. And again, I hope you like this. I hope you'll subscribe, leave a positive comment, and just hit that little bell so that when I'm doing things, any new videos, you'll be able to see them right away. When I get back, I will be actually doing a project share. I'm excited about it. My grandson on May 10th is going to his junior prom. I made a small album for his girlfriend for his prom date. So I want to share that with you. And then I'm going to make him, when I get back, I'll have to get it together quickly, but I want to make him a masculine one. so that he will have some pictures of his girlfriend and his friends and so forth. And like I said, I'd like to share those with you when I get back. Have a great day. Bye.